afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Josh Guillory Show. I am your grateful host. And in studio with me, my main man, Jamie Angel.
What is up, everybody?
Happy Wednesday. It's hump day. Let's do it. All right, man, we had a special little edition earlier, but first we were broadcasting live from the Beal and Hebert Studios right here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Your hometown lawyers, Beal and Hebert. Give them a call. Appreciate the support. Yeah, so we had a Rumble-only video that we put out earlier, an episode. We're going to run that tomorrow. Tomorrow's episode will be pre-recorded. We just recorded that. We're going to cover all things local. We're going to cover, not all things, we're going to cover the budget, cover some things that maybe some folks in Lafayette or around Lafayette, or even folks looking that's not even from Louisiana. This applies to you too, because you have a mayor and you have a county president or a parish president and councils and local budgets. And sometimes the media doesn't report the facts. Sometimes the media doesn't report everything. So just highlighting some facts. I try to come in peace and truth. But I will say this, though. You can't right-size something that you continue to increase the budget on. I'm just going to say that. It's not right-sizing when you increase spending. I'm just throwing that out there. All right, that's wrong sizing. So let's go to, remember Hunter Biden? Mm-hmm. Remember him? He's been in the news now. Hunter Biden just got absolutely roasted by former Obama aides. And some people calling it beautiful. Other people are calling it a disaster. But so according to a Fox News article by Christine Parks, the same Pod Save America crew that helped prop up the Biden White House just turned around and torched poor little Hunter as an entitled, hypocritical embarrassment.
Yep.
That's what they said. They mocked him, they shredded him, and frankly, they told the truth for once. I will say that. Pod Save America.
It's a miracle.
So that's the name of the group, Pod Save America.
They got some good stuff.
I haven't heard of them, but they were bashing old Hunter, and they were the ones propping up Biden, or President Biden. So a few little facts. Hunter Biden gave a 3-hour interview to YouTube host Andrew Callaghan, where he lashed out at Obama-era Democrats, especially the Pod Save America crew, Tommy Viator, John Lovett, and Jan Favreau. Hunter whined that these junior effing speechwriters, that's what he said. They had made millions off their, boy, he's saying this. Hunter whined that these junior effing speechwriters had made millions off their connection to his father and blamed them for forcing Joe Biden out of the 2024 race. Hunter, buddy, you made money off your father's name.
And who's making millions as a speechwriter? And why am I not writing speeches anymore?
We can write some speeches, man.
I wrote the heck out of some speeches back in the day.
For reals. Like, come on. But he is right about them forcing Joe Biden out of the 2024 race.
Oh, well.
Man, that man got 14 million votes in the Democrat primary. Kamala Harris got 0. Twice. I'm just saying. They did. Hey, look, Joe Biden, I'm telling you, he's walking around like a rooster over there, man. He's pumping his chest. I'm the only one to beat Trump. Come a little closer so I can smell you, pal.
What was that? What? Come again? I didn't hear you. It's the ambient.
I mean, so in response, though, I'll tell you, that podcast folks, they did not care for his statement. So in response, Viator and Lovett ripped into Hunter, mocking his sense of entitlement, pointing out his Burisma corruption. That's what I'm just saying. And calling him a political liability who made his father's presidency worse. Dang. Those are fighting words in the DNC.
It's not wrong.
We ain't wrong. He ain't wrong.
You think that was his cocaine they found? Probably not. It's probably a staffer that.
Who else is doing cocaine in the White House?
I'm sure a lot of people.
I hope not.
Trying to keep up.
Keep up with him?
just keep up in general with all the lies and all the.
Man, it's tough. But that's that DNC MO, man. Democrats, rhinos do not care about the truth. But they also, this podcast folks, they also slammed the entire Biden family for acting like the presidency was owed to them. There was that sense of entitlement. There was that sense of entitlement.
The heir apparent.
Yeah.
Well,
it was big deal in 2016, boy.
I think Hillary probably would have had a better chance of running again, in this past election than
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden?
Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Joe Biden time until the end.
Yeah. Favreau called Joe Biden's decision to run for re-election a catastrophic mistake, rooted in arrogance, denial, and refusal to face reality. Man, these guys.
You think?
Whoa. Yeah, but I didn't think these folks, like on the left, would call him out like that. Did you?
Well, I'm surprised it took them a whole year to come to their senses. Come on, like all this played out right before our eyes. Y'all saw the same thing that we did, right?
It was pretty blatant.
I mean, we didn't get any special coverage.
You called it.
I sure did. Still owe me.
I do.
$2 bills.
I do. I'm waiting for another bet to cancel it. All right, so this is the best Democrat on Democrat cage match we've seen in a while, and it's not even that spicy, but it's it's something.
It's something. It's about the spiciest you're gonna get from the Democrats.
I mean, that would be like, well, so the same Obama flunkies who cheered Biden's rise are now taking some flamethrowers to his kid. And not because they've suddenly found morality. It's not that, for sure. But because the damage is done. The wreckage, undeniable. And they're scrambling to distance themselves from the former president's disaster they helped build. That's what you're seeing now. And it is chaos.
What is Hunter doing these days for a living? Just doing his art? Doing his little pictures? Coloring? Like, seriously, what like, does he have a job?
Did he ever?
Well,
I don't know. He's
Biden, I guess.
He's the big guy's agent. What are you talking about? I don't think they have to work.
I would probably not.
I don't think they have to work.
No. All the money he saved by taking the train.
He was a different man back then. I was. His policies were different. And when he first got in the Senate, his policies weren't all woke.
It was 400 years ago.
That's true. There was very little woke Democrat. Nancy Pelosi was a lot more conservative too, but she was about as woke as it gets from San Francisco.
They were still using rotary phones when he was elected to the Senate. That's no joke.
That is absolutely correct. No, I mean
there were no cell phones. There were no computers.
Let's see. There were not. No, I mean there were computers, but yeah, there were. Yeah. Al Gore had not yet invented the internet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Put it in a lockbox.
Take Social Security, you put it in a lockbox. Nobody's going to touch it.
So we can all be honest with ourselves, though, about this, about what all this is. This is what the left does when the fallout becomes unspinnable. At some point, the fallout becomes so bad that you can't even spin it. Like you want to try, you want to cover your preferred folk over there. But at some point, truth just you can't mask it. It just happens. But they pretend they were never involved. You notice that this little group that helped create the mess.
Obama.
Yeah, them too.
You notice he made very few public statements. Boy, but we sure heard a lot from him in the background.
Very.
Him and Michelle.
Yeah.
And Nancy Pelosi, all the other folks that wanted to dabble their fingers.
Kamala Harris. Well, they pushed. Nancy Pelosi and them pushed one on the Obamas because my understanding was the Obamas did not want Kamala Harris to run. They said she couldn't win.
They didn't want either of them.
Yeah, they said we can't win with either one.
Then put forth a candidate.
Man,
who?
Yeah, that's so but they can't. That's something we should know very well in Louisiana. Elections and positions, that are just that don't replicate the will of the people. I'm trying to find my words here. You know what I mean? To be nice and kind. Mm-hmm. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Woo! Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the Bill and A Bear Studios, right here in Lafayette, Louisiana. You're Bill and A Bear lawyers. Your local hometown lawyers, Bill and A Bear. Can't go wrong with those guys. Give them a call. When in doubt, call them. They'll tell you if they can handle it or not, and if they do handle it, they'll handle it with care, handle it with diligence,
compassion,
all the things. All I see is James Carville's name on here. What you got up here? Oh yeah. It's the same story, Hunter. Yeah. Hunter. Yeah. So all these guys, so Hunter, and also guys, we're on rumble.com. So go view us on rumble.com. We got some exclusive stuff on there too. It's local stuff on our Democrat mayor president. I'm kidding. She's registered as a Republican, conveniently right before the election, but facts. You decide. You decide based on that budget. I'd say we still have a Democrat in office. All right. So, anywho, so these guys, so Hunter's under the microscope, or Hunter's not in the microscope. He's in the crosshairs of the Obama folks. He's in the crosshairs of this podcast. What's their name again?
Pod Save America.
Pod Save America, who helped prop up President Biden.
I mentioned earlier they got some, because I was confusing them with last podcast on the left, which is one. Pod Save America. Yeah, I don't know that I've heard that.
I don't know, but I do know what I do know of this organization. They're very big supporters of President Biden. Helped cover up some of that stuff, or they did what some local entities will do to local officials. They share thoughts with and ideas, and they just water it down, or they don't report, or they bury the truth like in the second or third page. Conveniently doesn't fit the narrative. But they pretend that they were never involved. They say, well, we knew it was a mistake.
The first time?
They didn't, that's wrong. They covered for him. We know that. You got caught. They mocked anyone who pointed out Biden's age. Remember that? The same little group, the same little lefties, the same, and I got to stop saying lefties, because lefties I'm talking like the big government Democrat folks, you know what I mean? Like just.
Oh, the elitists.
The elitists, would mock anyone who just questioned his mental requisite. Anybody that questioned his competence or his family's corruption, his illegal wrongdoings. All of us just mocked. Now they're trying to rehabilitate their own brands by feeding Hunter to the wolves. Mm-hmm. And you are seeing it. They're putting like a little A1, little barbecue sauce on him.
They're grilling him good.
Mm-hmm. Rotating.
And think about this. You had Biden's doctor.
Mm-hmm.
You had one of Jill Biden's aides that went before Congress, a hearing last week.
Oh, yeah.
Both invoked the Fifth.
Yeah.
So that speaks volumes, because the man was, if he wasn't ill, if he wasn't sick during his presidency, then just say he was fine. He was healthy. If you're not lying, why do you need to invoke the Fifth Amendment? And my thing is, if he had his pancreatic cancer or whatever while he was president, that's fine. People can function while having cancer.
Yeah.
Tell us the truth. Just be honest about it.
Just be honest about it, man. That's what I'm saying. That's what that whole Epstein thing. Now MSNBC's reporting that Trump was told in May by the Department of Justice that his name, look, there it is. His name is in the Epstein files.
That's not new.
It's not a big.
We've seen the pictures,
right? Like he knew Epstein. He ran with those circles.
Partners.
He ran with those circles. Let's just call a spade a spade. He ran with those circles. Okay, just more reason to show us everything. Look, okay, show us everything. Let's see. You can also chat us, guys, on Rumble like this nice person did. Let's see. Listening to y'all at work in Opelousas. I appreciate the humor you bring to the show. Well, thank you.
Well, thank you, Sivasur 12.
If we don't bring humor, if we don't laugh, we're going to cry, man. And look what we're reporting on. This is so sad. This is hard. Well, actually, it's just, this isn't sad. It's
tragic. It's dumb.
It is, man.
It's furlish. We shouldn't be talking about this furlishness.
Man, so Hunter Biden was a liability from the start, okay? Like, I don't even know how the campaign lifted off. I know how, because it was 2020 and he ran from a basement. No, seriously, there was no campaigning. He was chosen then, and then Kamala Harris was chosen the next time,
his nudes are on the internet. Hunter Biden. From that laptop they found, they had some old dirty stuff on it. Dirty stuff. He even got a selfie of him with like he's missing some front teeth.
Come on.
Yeah, from the drug use. He's got like.
Is that the one you
partials or
photoshopped
something.
yourself in front like you were there and
Ew,
you posted
brother.
it?
Ew. Girl. Ew. Biden's a freak, man. I mean, Hunter Biden. Well, they both are. With the hairy legs and the
oh my God.
hair. They got some hair
Hey.
fetishes over there.
Come a little closer. Better to smell you with.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He used to
yeah.
rub his hands
the
up
whole-
and down my leg.
But no, really, man, that is on video, sadly. But the liability, it was there from the start. The Burisma money, the laptop, the laptop alone, the art scams, the shady deals with foreign governments while his dad was VP. The big guy.
Did he go to school? He went to college?
I don't know.
I'm gonna
I
look that up.
guess. Yeah, I think isn't he a lawyer?
Oh, Lord.
I don't know. He might not be. Don't quote me. But this guy was way more than embarrassing the White House. He actually weakened it, and that's why I don't understand why that. Well, I mean, I do understand. So where did he? Yeah,
He's
he's
a
a lawyer.
lawyer.
Yeah, Georgetown University and Yale.
I was just
University.
wondering if he had any prior qualifications to actually be on the board of Burisma. I just want to know
How much
what,
was he getting paid for that?
it was like hundreds of thousands. Like, was it like 400,000 or something? Like
That's
a lot
an
of money.
awesome board.
Right? And not even really have to do anything?
Yeah.
How do we get on a board?
But
I've
look,
always wanted to be on
well,
that.
we're conservative, so that's not gonna. We get on boards that don't pay, that we just want to help people.
No, I want to get paid.
I don't know.
Somebody pay me.
So, but the left ignored all that. No, actually, they did more than ignore it. They protected it. And that's becoming more and more evident. They silenced stories. They censored the laptop. They said everything was Russian disinformation. Well, Tulsi Gabbard has some things to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get to see her press conference.
I didn't either.
I'm looking forward to. I mean, her nonverbals look strong, but
Well,
that doesn't mean anything.
She's just a naturally strong-looking woman.
She is a good leader. Let me tell you, man, she's a thinker. This lady went from endorsing Bernie Sanders for president to being in Donald Trump's cabinet.
Yeah.
That's
and on the terrorist watch list.
And on the terrorist watch list, yeah, because you dare to the Democrat Party, you dare to leave the plantation. I'm telling you, man, you're gonna get branded.
Hey, I left the Democrat Party a
You branded.
while back, a couple decades ago.
So did Reagan.
We all make mistakes.
But here's the deal, though. These guys, they want to act surprised that the Biden family feels entitled. Like they want to act surprised, the media and the far left. Well, of course they do. Of course they feel entitled.
We did that.
I mean, the media taught them they could get away with anything. And that's why Monique Blanco Boulay down the street, she feels like she can get away with anything. Increased spending last year by $50 million. That means she spent $50 million more than our administration. On what? Growing government. But you won't hear that. Now, this budget, another $50 million. So she has increased the recurring expenditures of $100 million. By the end of this budget, she will have spent $150 million more than we did. On what? But you would know that, right? Because the media covering that, right? No. The Current covered one little spot on like page 2 or 3. Anyway, kudos for the paragraph. welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the BLNA Bear Studios right here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Also broadcasting live on Rumble.com. And I want you to go to Rumble like Rumble in the Jungle and follow the Josh Guillory Show. You can also message us there at the chat feature on Rumble. We want to see it. You can be like, "See Vasseur." Did I say it right? For sure. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Number 12.
Our friend from Opelousas.
Yes.
Also, you go on Rumble, you can check out some premium content tomorrow's episode.
Yeah,
we actually recorded earlier, but it's premium content on Rumble right now. Go check it out.
You're gonna want to see it. But we'll record. We play that episode live tomorrow.
It's gonna air
not
on
live.
KPL
It'll air tomorrow. Yeah. At 3:00, our normal time. Okay, so now let's switch. So President Obama.
Well, what we have here is failure to communicate, and we will continue to ignore everything the people are telling us.
Gosh, yes. And I forgot my favorite part. The phone lines are wide open, 232-1542. And if you're on Rumble, look at this number right over here. There you go. 232-1542 outside of Acadiana, 844-766-6607. And you could be like our friend right here. Is this, let's see, a caller, you're live on the Josh Guillory Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Steve?
Hey, Steve. What's up, buddy? All right, my man. Thanks for calling in. What you got, bud?
Hey, we're talking about people that should have, maybe Democrats had looked at running. It's amazing how they overlooked Josh Shapiro.
Yeah, it really is, because they would have.
He had 2 strikes against him.
Yep.
2 strikes.
Yep.
Jewish.
He's not radical enough for their minority base, I'll call it.
Yeah.
And he's Jewish.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
But he would have been, actually, with that guy on the ballot somewhere, he would have carried Pennsylvania. Okay?
Absolutely.
And he probably could have been one of the better Democratic candidates. If not the best.
Look, I saw him on Bill Maher. He went a little. I saw his interview on Bill Maher, and he went further left in that interview. But it's got to the audience if he's running for the Democrat nomination.
Well, compared to Newsom, he's very conservative.
Oh my gosh, he's like Reagan compared to Newsom.
But he has to pander harder to the left to overcome the fact that he's Jewish. These pro-Palestinian, I don't know what happened to the Democrats and why they are so pro-Palestinian. It's crazy.
Anti-Semitic.
Awful.
Straight up anti-Semitic.
I don't understand. I do not comprehend some of the Jewish voters in this country.
It's incomprehensible.
You got Jewish guys, you got Jewish people in New York, which has got a huge Jewish population, supporting Mandami. And I'm going, this guy.
Yeah.
That guy.
He's Muslim, and he's a hater through and through.
He's an anti-Semite is what he is.
Steve, you just hit the nail on the head, man. That's such a good example. Like, man, guys, what are y'all, like, this dude supports groups that want you wiped off the face of the earth. What's wrong with you?
Y'all hate Trump that much.
New York City, out of 8 million people, there's 2 million Jewish people.
Wow. 1 out of every 4?
Trump derangement syndrome at its best.
Yeah, you're right. They hate Trump more than they love our country. Hey, you're right, though, Steve, about Governor Shapiro, man. Let me tell you, the way he handled...
Well, there are a lot of Jewish that are so liberal, it's horrible. But, so...
Hey,
thanks, Steve.
We got rid. Oh, Steve, thank you, man. Hey, look, I like when Steve calls in. Very good point, though, man. And Governor Shapiro, I really appreciated how he handled the assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania. I thought that he handled that with class. Didn't make it political. Went and talked to Trump supporters. This is a Democrat governor now, okay? Went and talked to Trump supporters. Like the firefighter that died. I remember him saying he was just excited to come to a Trump rally and never been. Like just a dude, just a person, man.
So we'll trade y'all. Let's see, Thomas Massey. And who's the one from Maine, Senator?
Collins.
Susan. We'll trade you Massey and Collins for Fetterman and Shapiro.
That's true, man. Those two are more conservative.
Massey is super, he's a little.
Yeah, you threw Massey.
But we
got plenty of them.
Oh, we'll
how about Cassidy?
Cleo? You can have.
Yeah, Cleo's a Democrat.
We'll give you our governor. Hey, we'll trade governors.
No.
just kidding.
Come on now. Oh,
Just taking
all
it
right.
too far.
Well, it's, I get you. There's maybe some Edwards policies we'd like moved that are not there. Okay. Anyway, you know who knows what's going on?
JP.
JP knows. JP, what's up, brother? What you got today?
I always know what's up. So here's a little bit off-topic question that I want to talk about. There's a lot of news this morning about regulations that are going away. It's going to be easier on energy companies. It's going to be easier on coal companies. It's going to be easier on oil field companies, and all of these things. My question is, what's going to happen when we realize that we've proven to oil field companies and energy companies and everywhere that we buy products, we've proven just how far we're willing to go with what we can afford? And when the prices of things start to come down for them, but our prices don't go down.
Exactly.
What are we going to do? What are we going to do then? Because have you guys ever known a business to increase their prices and find out that their customers can afford it, and then just decide to cut their profit margin when their cost of materials or whatever goes down? Prices go up, but they don't come down once they got you used to paying them, guys.
It just takes one of those businesses, though, to go down, and then the others will follow suit because
Or
somebody's
undercut.
got to be the lowest.
Someone's going to undercut.
Yeah.
But no,
Well,
but
I
JP's
hope-
point.
I
yeah.
hope it happens,
Yeah. No, but you have seen those examples industry wide, like across a certain industry or
Cars.
whatever profession it is, whatever type of industry.
So guys, right now, how much different are you guys' prices? How much different, is building materials or the groceries, or is it going to be different enough to justify all the hoorah and all the stuff about how great we're hearing this economy is getting? I don't think it's going to be the economy or the president or the rules or anything or the laws that are going to hurt us. I think it's going to be the individual companies that just don't want to let go of those extra profits that they got used to making. I'm going to hang up and see what you think about that.
Thanks, JP. Thank you. My answer is the market will fix it. I genuinely, it might not be might not be right off the bat, because again, if everybody in that particular industry is doing the same thing and keeping their revenue at the higher amount, well, then that's going to be harder. But at some point, someone's going to have some entrepreneurial spirit, and undercut. Hey, I can do it cheaper.
It happened in the 80s. You remember when you saw those images of the long lines at the gas stations?
I was in the late 70s.
Late 70s. But we had periods of high inflation in the past, and you don't necessarily go towards deflation, but the rest of the economy catches up.
Yeah.
Wages increase, and they meet in the middle.
I know. I just feel like I have no science on this. It's not even my opinion, all right? But my gut tells me, man, there was some artificial something going on. Some artificial influence, something.
Well, he kept us restricted because of COVID for too damn long.
That, and then the Federal Reserve holding on to these high interest rates, like something's
stimulus payment. They were trying
something. I don't know, but it just doesn't make sense. And I know more than most of those people. And I don't sound that. I don't mean to sound arrogant. I do. So, no, really, I don't know how else to say it.
No, I got you.
All right. Okay, Big Chris knows. What's up, Big Chris?
Well, to answer what JP's saying, if the government gets out uninvolved with the economy, the free market system will sift out the higher priced items and go towards the more quality items, just like nature. If it's not a design that works, it dies off and goes extinct.
Or we import it.
The reason we have problems is the government puts their dirty, greedy hands in everything and pick winners and losers. If we can get them completely out of it, and I know we need to have some regulations, but mostly out of it, the free market system is the best thing that ever happened to this planet. And if they let it go and let it do its thing, it will work.
Big Chris, we say it all the time. Give capitalism a try. Just give capitalism a try. And you said it so right. When the government picks winners and losers, and when the government gets involved, it is picking winners and losers. Look, the federal government is a government of limited powers. That's what it's designed. It doesn't feel that way. It It's grown and it's gotten way out of control. I get all that. But the government is the federal government of limited powers. Really, keep us safe and keep our economy rolling. Protect our borders, things like that. You know what I mean? But anyway, Big Chris, I'm hitting a hard break here. I got to take it. Thank you so much. Warren, hang tight. Other caller, hang tight. We'll be right back. Mr. Bobby, I was sending a search and rescue for yourself now. Come on. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the Beal and Abear Studios right here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Beal and Abear, your hometown lawyers. Give those guys a shout. You got any legal questions, man, call them. We're also broadcasting live on Rumble. Rumble.com. You can see us. You can see old stuff too. Go give us a little follow. It's free and you can join us. You can also chat us. You can message us on Rumble. I'm looking at it right here. Let's see here. Can you read that?
Our friend from Opelousas says, until now, I thought you were saying Bill and Abear.
Ah, Beal. I know it's this twang I got going on.
And look, if you go on Rumble and you subscribe to Rumble Premium, it's only like $3.99 a month. You can actually see.
We don't get any from that.
You can see tomorrow's Josh Guillory show today, a day early. We got that streaming exclusively.
You got to be on
right
premium
now.
for that?
Rumble Premium.
Really?
You want to watch it early?
Oh, to watch it early.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
That's tomorrow's show today.
Oh, I get it. That's neat. Oh, you're getting creative there, producer. All right.
It's all local, by the way. It's all,
yeah, tomorrow's show's all local.
all about Lafayette government and politics. So go check that out.
A little truth. All right. So President Obama, he been active. He didn't like what Tulsi said. But let's go to the phone lines, though. Who you want to go to? Let's see here. We're going to Mr. Bobby. That's right. You had called in since I called for the search and rescue. What's up, Mr. Bobby? What you got?
I'm auto rotating.
All right.
Hey, years ago I was having a conversation with Adrian Vega, head dependable Dodge.
Mm-hmm.
It got me a first year 09 Dodge Challenger. Anyway, I was having his whole family, his daddy and them got out of Havana and confiscated all kind of land, all the money he had in the bank. Anyway, make a short story short, he says, over there in Cuba, he said what they do is they tell you what to do, where to go, and when to come home under communist rule.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying all these people that like capitalism, let's buy them a plane ticket.
Yep.
People who don't like being told what to do.
Yeah, no. Look, I don't understand what he said. If you're anti-capitalism, you don't like capitalism, you want the government to tell you what to do and all that stuff, go. But you got to denounce your citizenship. You can't come back.
Well, we're in the military. We were told what to do.
Yeah.
I had a lieutenant colonel, a woman. Man, let me tell you what. Well, I better not say nothing.
He was watching that button. Hey.
I'll let you think about it.
I can fill it in.
I definitely take orders from her. Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, Mr. Bobby. That's how. Well, anyway. Hey, look, the Army is absolutely socialism. I mean, it is. It's a pay grade. You get promoted. You get promoted on merit to a degree.
And they tell you when you sign up that your rights are no longer yours.
Yeah. You don't have any. Yeah,
you're signing away your rights, literally.
Yeah. But it's you got a pay scale. You got they tell you when to eat, and they provide it for you. All right, Warren, what you got, Warren? Bring the heat, buddy.
Well, Chris was talking about regulations is a pipe wrench on the neck of free enterprise, and if you get rid of the regulations, Louisiana will grow. But they got to address. The Supreme Court's got to throw back in the face of Louisiana that big lawsuit. There were a time when those people in positions of district attorneys and judges had character. That's the problem. We got people in those positions that don't have character, just like the people that are in positions of governing Louisiana, where they gave $400,000 over there to New Orleans. 200,000 of it was supposed to be for training people, and it went for playing bingo. And the other 200,000, they don't know where it went. They think they kicked it back to the politicians, And it crud runs downhill when it's saturated at the top. It's saturated at the bottom. Just like when I went to the park and I called and saw 7 trucks watching one man that was too old to work to bag sandbags, and I had to bag the sandbag for the lady because they all sitting down watching. I knew what was going on with the city of Lafayette. I knew what that dadgum budget was going to come out to be. It's a shame. Thank you, Josh.
Thanks, Warren. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're going to cover a lot of that tomorrow. But, all right, let's see. All right, this is also C. Vassier 12. I should have changed my college major to insurance. I bet they're raking in loads of money since COVID and inflation. Yeah, you ain't kidding, huh?
Ain't wrong.
I'm starting to like our Opelousas friend over here. Thanks for following us. Thanks for chatting on the rumbles. All right, so President Obama, so you remember the Hunter Biden meltdown. We saw all that, okay? It wasn't even cold, okay, before the Obama machine kicked into gear. So I was looking at an article on The Hill. So Obama's office came out swinging yesterday, like hard, hot and heavy, denying Trump's claims that Obama manipulated intelligence during the Russia hoax. That's what Tulsi Gabbard was speaking on earlier today in the Oval Office, or at the press briefing, sorry. They called, the Obama folks called the allegations bizarre and a weak attempt at distraction. But in reality, I think a little bit of it is panic. I really do think a little part of them. I mean, if they did it, and now Tulsi, you got to be accurate on this one now. Don't be saying that if you're not. I don't find her to be just a puppet. I really don't. I mean, I find her to be a leader. I don't think she would say this if she didn't have it. But you know, Pam Bondi said she'd release the Epstein file, so I don't know.
Well, Obama's worried that might interfere with his chances of becoming Chief Justice, you know?
I've heard that. I've heard that's what he wanted to be. No, really, I've heard that.
I'm just speculating.
I'm just telling you, I've heard that. I mean, probably heard it from the same sources, to be honest with you, but
wouldn't surprise me.
no, he'll be like William Taft, only other president to do that. Only other one. There was a president that went back to the House. You know which
Really?
one?
Nope.
I don't recall, but I think it's John Quincy Adams.
Okay.
I think it's John Quincy. I could be well from that.
Well, that's got to be an interesting dynamic.
Yeah. And whoever it was, and I think it was John Quincy Adams, they said they feel like they can do more in Congress than they can in the White House. Boy, have times changed.
Boy, have they.
All right, guys, stick around. Woo, hour number 2, right around the corner. We're going to switch up gears a little bit. I think it's going to be great. Auto pen, you ever heard of that?
Yep.
You ever heard of pardons?
Mhm.
If you put them together, it might be something. We'll be right back. afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to hour number 2 of the Josh Guillory Show. I remain your very grateful host. And in studio with me still, my main man, Jamie Angel.
What is up?
The same thing as the first hour.
Hey, we got a nap. I got to read this out. Tony Dashery. Oh, he's bringing it. Oh, my God. You know Martha Jean has those pics of Hunter B on her trap phone? Martha Jean and all her nastiness. Oh,
Martha Jean.
Martha Jean. She got laid off of that cigarette factory. And she's just loafing it ever since. She was working for free cigarettes.
All right. Well, we are broadcasting live from the Beal and Bear Studios right here in Acadiana, your hometown lawyers, Beal and Bear. We're also broadcasting live on Rumble, rumble.com. You can see us. Go to rumble.com, search for the Josh Guillory Show, click it, give us a little follow. It doesn't take long and it's free. We don't harass you. All right. Let's see here. So we're going to talk a little. Let's switch gears. Senator Rand Paul, man, he is stirring it up. Rand Paul, look, a lot of things Rand Paul says I like.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just when he acts like a stubborn fool.
He
Not a stubborn fool.
No, he can get a little, but hey, you know, I'm sure we all have our quirks, and I know we do.
We need people to fight for conservatism.
He does. And fiscally, he's been solid. He's been very, very solid. So Senator Rand Paul, but he's turning up the heat now. So get your ice cubes out. According to well, let's see here. I don't have my dang source. Oh yeah, Fox News. There you go. Well, anyway, Paul wants the Justice Department. This is Senator Rand Paul. Senator Paul is wanting the Justice Department to charge Dr. Anthony Fauci with lying to Congress. So specifically to test. Now he's doing this for a legal practice, a legal exercise. Yeah. Practical exercise. So and it's basically, it's to test whether Joe Biden's so-called auto-pen pardon will hold up in court. So, and I did say that right. Biden used auto-pen, okay, to pardon folks. And the question is, will that hold up in court? Specifically, now this is what Senator Paul is saying, okay, that he used auto-pen to pardon Fauci, Hunter Biden, Mark Milley, and even members of the January 6th committee on his way out. So the question is, does auto-pen, does that invalidate the pardon? Does it invalidate the pardon? That's a legal question, and it's not answered. This is not a resolved issue. So it's pretty clever way to ask it. You know, you got to have a case or controversy. It's an interesting way to approach that, but I guess that's procedurally, I don't know how else you would do it. So
I would say anyone on the White House side is probably not excited about this. Only for it's twofold. There's a win in there in that you would expose Biden's corruption.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they also don't want to draw a lot of scrutiny into the pardon process because in the future, when they go to pardon folks, it's going to be all the more scrutinized.
I didn't think about it like that, but maybe so. We don't know. Biden will answer, even if, his argument should be that that's just the administrative side. I was the president and I issued a pardon. There's no requirement that it be in writing. There's no requirement that it be a certain form. I was the president. I issued the pardon. So that would be his argument. But the legal question, I guess, what Senator Paul would raise is, they didn't show intent. There was no intent. There was no desire. There was no voluntary consent to the pardon. We'll see where it goes.
This is how it starts.
Or just a straight up question, just a straight black and white question and answer. Is using auto pen unconstitutional? Is using auto pen invalidate a pardon? And the court will answer it. We don't know the answer. We don't know that answer. And I don't see the court being political on that. I just think they're going to answer the legal question because they know it'll have an impact on multiple future administrations.
But if this does open that can and it does overturn those pardons, then be prepared at the end of this administration for the Dems to try to do, even though Trump signs everything himself with his Sharpie because he takes a lot of, he would have signed every one of those stimulus checks himself if he could have.
He wanted to.
But you're going to see the Dems try to make a play to do some of the same stuff, and they don't have a leg to stand on.
Well, he if this goes forward, he may have the benefit of a court ruling to give him guidance whether or not he can do it. Because if the court says yes, you can use an auto pen, well then there you go. That'll help him. If they say no,
Sure, they don't even have an auto pen machine in the White House right now.
who knows? Who knows?
I doubt it.
You're right though. I don't think Trump's using auto pen.
He ain't playing with that.
He may use digital like a digital, not
Maybe.
DJ Digital. Shout out, but so anyway, a few little facts here. So Senator Rand Paul told Charlie Kirk that Fauci should be charged with the felony for lying to Congress about NIH funding, gain of function research in Wuhan. Senator Paul's been all over that gain of function stuff. I'll let them talk. Paul said the only way to challenge Biden's auto pen pardon is to charge someone, Fauci being the top candidate. There's got to be a crime, and you got proof that he lied to Congress. Well, the shoe fits.
You think he auto penned Hunter's pardon? I would think that'd be one he wanted to sign himself.
Man, he might not have known. I
Yes,
mean,
Jill could have done it.
no, I'm talking about the part. Yeah, you're right about that. I'm not talking about not knowing about the pardon. He just might. I mean, it didn't seem like he had a good hold on things. It seemed like a lot of young folks were running the show and running it
Doing what he was
just
told.
in chaos.
He's
you
just
know?
showing up.
No, like I literally think he might not even have known.
Yeah, he was like the Queen of England, a figurehead. I mean, or the King of England. I forgot. We have a king now.
Man, the Queen got
They have a
around.
king now. She did, but I mean, didn't really mean nothing. Just like Biden. The demise of our democracy is.
Hey, pal. All right. So Biden admitted to the New York Times he did authorize the pardons, but used an auto pen because they were a whole lot of people. That's what he said.
Oh, should have been clue number one there, bud.
Yeah.
So many people.
Or start early. I don't know.
Empty the prisons.
Jar- They try. The list of those pardoned include, again, Fauci, Hunter Biden, General Milley, and Democrat allies on the January 6th committee.
Liz Cheney.
Yep. Other Republicans are hesitant to challenge the pardons in court, but Paul wants to test it head on. I could see where you'd get some pushback. But here's where it gets real. Here's where it gets like real. If you did lie to Congress, you'd be in handcuffs. Okay. Jamie, if you would lie to Congress, if I would lie to Congress, if any of our audience would lie to Congress, we would be in handcuffs. It's true.
Oh,
okay?
we should be.
Right. You don't lie to Congress. So you don't, it's a law. All right. But when it's Fauci, but when Dr. Fauci does it, the elite class lines up to protect him with legal gymnastics and phony signatures. These people locked down your businesses. They masked our kids and then tried to memory hold the origins of the virus. It was despicable. Fauci told Congress NIH never funded gain of function research in Wuhan.
Lies.
That was false. That was a false statement. And now Rand Paul has the guts to call what it is, a felony.
Let's not forget about the merchandising deals that Fauci had. This dude was making money selling pillows of his face. Like, stop. That wasn't right.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They mugs, pillows. You
What?
get your own Dr. Fauci mask.
Oh.
Those are a big seller.
I'm gonna give me one. Can I get one?
Please don't.
I'm gonna give me one. So we gotta hit a break. All right, we'll continue this when we get back, guys. Oh, I can't wait. We're gonna wrap this up. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the Beal and Bear Studios right here in Lafayette. That's for my friend C. Vassier 12. I hope I'm saying your name right. I apologize.
Sivasur 12.
Sivasur 12. On rumble.com, you can be like our buddy over there from Opelousas. We want to see you on the Rumble. Rumble.com. Go look at the Josh Guillory Show. Phone lines are going to open up next segment.
We'll open them now because we got
Wellness
Wednesday.
Wellness Wednesday. Yes, phone lines are open. My favorite time. 232-1542. Or you can go to call 844-766-6607. All right, outside the Acadiana area. So, again, the Biden administration tried to pardon its entire political ecosystem on the way out. That's what it was.
That just means y'all are all shady. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't even think.
But here's the thing. They did it with a pen that Biden didn't even touch. Like, I get it. It is a legal question. And I, as a legal nerd, as a true nerd, would invite the analysis and the dialogue and the back and forth and the arguments and counter arguments. I'd love to see it. And we might. Start
requiring witnesses and notaries. Really?
We might. But it's that's not a bad
pretty
practice.
Heavy documents, you know.
It's not a bad I mean, honestly, the pardon should have. Now that you say that, like, I would do it by authentic act. That's notarying two witnesses.
Should always, like, something that big.
Yeah, but
especially when the president's health is in question.
I mean, it really is that. Look, it would be an interesting discussion legally. I mean, we kind of get the arguments. One say it's constitutional, one say it's not. One say this is what happened. One say that this happened. We'll see. We may see. If Fauci lied to Congress, it's a felony. If it's truly a crime, I support going forward. I don't support lawfare. I don't support politicians using the Justice Department in any way to gain political points. We saw what happened with Trump. We are going to take a long time to recover from that because Republicans want blood. And they're justified in their feelings, but not in their actions. We got to be better. We got to be bigger. We got to love our country more than our party and more than ourselves. And we do. And most people do, Democrat and Republican. I choose to believe that. I'll say it collectively. Maybe not. I don't know if more Democrats love their country or not. I don't know. Because all I see is what's on the TV, you know? And because the friends that I have that are Democrat love their country, I don't know.
When you look at the polling, it sure doesn't seem like it.
It's interesting. I'm telling you, that is a party with no identity right now. They're faceless. They're faceless. But very interesting, though. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Pardon without even touching the dang pen. And Senator Paul says that's not the law. That's corruption, like real corruption. And by the way, if it is, it's on our autopilot too, or it was. It was. Rand Paul, I believe, is absolutely right. If he committed a felony, charge him. If he didn't, then don't. And stop talking about it. But make the courts decide and make the courts rule on this issue because it is a legal issue that needs to be it's a legal question that needs to be answered. It needs to be answered. Future presidents will use autopen. And future challenges to pardons will come. So why not clarify it? Why not clarify it? Force the legal system to tell the American people whether an auto pen can shield a bureaucrat who misled Congress during the worst public health disaster in modern history. Tell us. Tell us what you think. And they will. But this is like way more than legal procedure. It's way more than procedure. We've got to restore public trust. Millions of Americans had their lives upended because of the decisions Fauci helped drive. Businesses shuttered. We remember that. Grandparents dying alone. Kids falling behind in school and no telling what the social damage was and is. And the guy who directed the mess got a book deal, Netflix docuseries, and now a magical pardon signed by a machine and doggone face mask with your face on it.
And a pillow.
And a pillow.
Like, who wants to cuddle with that?
Yeah. So, but I mean, really, all of that needs to be tested. It needs that legal testing. I'm curious to see what the courts will say. I'm curious because there's no form requirement in the Constitution. But I think it's reasonable to expect the president to be the one to pardon and unilaterally pardon with the cognizant, like the, you know what I mean? Like the mental requisite to do it, to know what he's doing. I just, but it's way more than legal procedure, man. I mean, all that pain, that's what he did. But Trump's DOJ, the DNI, they're trying to clean house. But this challenge could open the floodgates, and you mentioned that earlier. But I say let the system be tested. It's there. It's not the first time. It's not the first time the court's going to have to answer a novel legal question. Interestingly enough, we're going to answer a novel legal question on what was supposedly a novel virus. Interesting. This is look, the truth usually, if not always, gets out. Always. But let the system be tested. Our founders were brilliant. This system has tested a lot and given us good answers and a good way of life. But let the American people finally have answers. My goodness. I mean, that was a whole new world at the CDC that was living. A whole other planet. All operating in silos and just in bad faith. All that with Wuhan, all that with the funding, all that with all the things associated, all the things we've heard could have been avoided. And it looks like Fauci lied about that, but maybe he didn't. Senator Paul feels that he did. And if he did, it is a felony. If he didn't violate the law, then he shouldn't be interrogated or arrested or anything like that. But if he did, well, what would you do if Jamie did that? Really, what would you do? If Jamie lied to Congress, he'd be in cuffs. It's not, that's not hard to comprehend, All right, so what's our time look like in Wellness Wednesday days? How much time do I have in this segment?
You got 2 minutes in this segment.
And then 10 the next one?
10 the next.
All right. I'm going to jump into it then. So this is worth celebrating, okay? We're going to end the show on positive, man. Look, President Trump is this is a win for America, all right? We keep getting these wins in the economy. We keep getting these economic wins, man. I love it. So President Trump has just pulled off what many say is the biggest trade deal in American history. If this number I'm about to rattle off stands true, I don't know of one bigger, sounds pretty big, but that's what's going on here. So Fox Business reporting that Trump finalized a $550 billion trade agreement with Japan that will create hundreds of thousands of jobs and slam the door shut on decades of one-sided deals. This is huge, man. Huge. $550 billion trade agreement. Not hundreds of jobs. Hundreds of thousands of jobs. And we'll dive into it. But Japan, just like most, if not all the countries in the world, had all these unilateral deals with America. Unfair trade practices. Free trade. It's not free. That's not free trade. That's so deceiving. That is such a deception. Free trade. No, we want fair trade. If you got 15% tariff on us, we're putting one on you. Anyway, look, when we get back, we're going to break down this deal. This is a huge win for America. Very happy about it for America. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the Beal and Abear Studios right here in Acadiana. Beal and Abear, your hometown lawyers. I'm telling you, they'll take care of you. Give those guys a call. I know Kenny Abear. I know Lance Bill. I know all those attorneys over there. Good people. Good people. All right. So let's see here. Hey, thank you. Shout out to all the Rumble folks. So the episode that's going to air tomorrow is already getting some traction. So I appreciate that. Again, if you don't see it on premium, you can see it again tomorrow, or you can see it tomorrow or listen tomorrow. Am I right on that?
You can listen tomorrow. I don't know how the premium.
We're trying to figure this out with you. Okay, so we don't know about this premium thing. We thought we could, but apparently it's a premium stuff. But look, we'll figure all that out. The point is, it's on there, and yeah, listen tomorrow. We're covering some local stuff. So, anywho, all right. So here's some key facts. Here, Trump announced, and we're talking about this huge, but it really is, man. Kudos, like big time. Kudos to President Trump, his administration, and not playing around. But man, look, if you're a Democrat out there listening, like this is something you can be happy about. You don't have to even support the man or love the man even. I mean, you should, but whatever. But what we're about to go over is huge for our country. Republican, Democrat, whatever, $550 billion trade deal with Japan. That is big. Now let's go over a few facts here, okay? So President Trump announced yesterday the deal on Truth Social. He called it massive and saying that the U.S. will receive 90% of the profits. I don't know, but I know $550 billion deal and creating hundreds of thousands of American jobs. I'll take it. 90% sounds accurate, but
I'll take 20%.
Yeah, we're getting we're getting screwed just like in any other deal we had. And they're our ally. Like, come on. So the deal includes, this is just a few things, okay? I'm just highlighting just a few. So the deal includes Japan buying 100 Boeing jets, okay? A 75% increase in rice purchases. That's big. Where do we live here in Louisiana? Huh? Lots of farmers, lots of rice farmers. So good. Great. Wonderful. $8 billion in U.S. cultural, and other goods. Another win for the farmers. The whole USCMA, the United States, Canada, Mexico agreement that replaced NAFTA when President Trump was in office the first term. That had a big emphasis on helping our farmers, and agriculture wins. Another one. It's just, it keeps coming. This is really good. Again, Democrats, Republicans, independents, these are wins for you too. These are not Republican wins. These are not Trump wins. These are American wins. These are big. The economy doesn't have a party. Remember that. But $17 billion per year in Japanese defense contracts with U.S. firms. I thought that's important on multiple reasons. Okay? Yes, financially. It's important for multiple reasons. Okay, like for us, America's interest. That's a
especially
big,
in that part of the world.
Oh yeah, that's a big one, man. That's a big one. So Japan will pay reciprocal tariffs at 15%. Fair. Thank you. Okay, cool. I mean, Trump's basically zeroing out all of them. Okay, you want to do 15%? We'll do 15%. Great. Whether it's 0 or 80% or 15%, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like
balances out.
Yeah, but and there's nothing wrong with that.
It's fair.
Yes. Like, who's arguing? Has anybody had phone lines are open? I'm sorry, 232-1542. Has anybody had a reasonable conversation with anybody that disagrees with this? Like fair trade, free trade? Like, come on. I know Renee knows about it. Renee, what you got, man?
Yeah, it's too bad we can't have at least part of all of Louisiana have some enclave status, so we could when America goes on a cuckoo for Cocoa Pops bench of woke care bear communism, we could do our own thing, like the OPEC thing. It's beautiful. The military thing with Japan, that means we're going to be more solid with Japan against the Chinese. And if the Chinese messes us up on something like chips or something, the Japanese might be able to put in a little help because it's us against China. It's wonderful. I'm happy with some of this.
Me too.
I just wish
Me too.
I mean, it's non-party. That last time when we had Governor Edwards, was selling the Koreans some rice because their rice crops went to hell. It's great business for us.
Oh, hey, look, we agree. Thanks, Renee. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah. What'd you pull up, Care Bears?
I'm just looking something up for my own purpose.
Hey, Renee, great points, man. And you're right. Solidifies that partnership we have with Japan, that ally. They've been good to us, okay, even with this unfair trade balance that we have. But look, this is great. Now, in this deal, Japan also agreed to open its markets to, check this out, U.S. cars, trucks, and farm products. That, my friends, another big win. This is American cars. We've been shut out of all these markets. We were shut out of Vietnam. We were shut out of Japan. Like, at some point, the media has to recognize these accomplishments. And I hope we can recognize that these are not wins for Donald J. Trump. Yes, he's leading us, but the next guy or gal will do it. They'll lead, and we'll be able to evaluate their performance, but we will be able to evaluate the wins and losses for us as a nation. These wins right here are very much across multiple terms. This is big. And opening up the market in Japan to our car industry, that's great. Motown. It's great. Awesome. All right, so the agreement was secured after Trump hit Japan with 25% tariffs 2 weeks ago. They responded. Trump warned, look, if you don't agree, if you don't come to the table, more tariffs are gonna come. It's what we got. You know, it's a tool we have in our toolbox, and you're taking advantage of us. Even though we're allies, even though we're friends, and look, 25% compared to what China was doing to us, night and day.
Hey, and once again, the world hasn't ended because of a tariff.
Tariffs are the only things bringing these countries to the table. Japan also agreed to no tariffs if companies build in the U.S., and Trump promised fast-track approvals. Like, I bet he did. So that means Japanese-based companies are incentivized to build here, to hire American workers. What a change. What a change. Made in the USA, not made in Japan.
And the Dow was up 500 points today.
Man, like I said, we don't know the final result of all these tariffs, but the approach that President Trump is using is effective, and I believe it's effective for principally one reason: flexibility. He's being flexible. I think most people in his position would have said, these are the tariffs. I don't care. This is where we're at. Take it or leave it. And they would have and that's an absolute. Those are all or nothings. The man starts somewhere, and he does like he did in business, like any other business owner. You just have to, man. Anybody that's been to war knows the battlefield changes. You can have a plan. You always have a plan, but when you cross that line of departure, you throw this plan. You could throw those plans in the air. I mean, like Mike Tyson said it. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. I mean, it's true, but the economy's the same way. You got to be flexible, but you got to use the tools that are available to us. And the crazy thing about it is he's not even, all he's doing is bringing the tariffs equal to, except for a few countries like China. He's saying, if you don't stop this fentanyl stuff coming across our border, you're done. Like, we're going to keep them on you. Good. When he started off with Canada and Mexico for border reasons, mainly Mexico, good, use them. But look what happened. We have a better alliance with Mexico now. We have a better alliance with Canada. I know the whole 51st state thing. I kind of wish we wouldn't have done that, but whatever. Look, hey, man.
A few things.
I don't care anymore. I don't care. Say whatever the heck you want. I don't care, because the production, I'd rather a politician who says whatever you think is wrong but does what's right than a politician that says what's right and does what's wrong.
I didn't imagine Canada would be so stubborn.
Canadians are fighting.
But, given the fact they had a leadership change right in the midst of everything.
That will change. That'll put pressures.
But they are steadfast in not buckling, not caving. So we'll see.
Well, they've worked with them. They've worked with them. I hear what you're saying. It's a dangerous game. It's a slippery slope. You know, these sovereignties are sovereign, and they got a reputation too. You know, they got constituents, and especially in democracies.
Yeah, a lot of their constituents want them to make the deal.
I know. I don't. Nothing in the Canada doesn't bother me. I think it's going to work out.
Yeah.
You know, I just do.
None of it bothers
like, well,
me.
look, we're long-term allies. We're going to figure that out, okay? But you got to do it fairly, and that's all Trump's saying. And I have no doubt the great people of Canada will be able to communicate to their leaders and figure that out. I really do. But I am an eternal optimist, guys. I'll be the first to tell you that. But I think this is fantastic. I do, and what a great combo that last fact I rattled off. Japan agreed to no tariffs if companies build in the U.S. That's good. And then what's Trump say? Yeah, and we will fast track their approval. We will get our agencies to work with them, not to violate the law, but to speed through the bureaucracy, a new pace of government. I like it.
Just don't build in Lafayette because that'll slow you down a whole bunch. Or, yeah, just putting that out there.
So, just speaking a little truth. So the deal is the Trump doctrine is basically full effect. Economic strength through unapologetic leverage, no groveling, no apologies, just results. Japan didn't cave because they were sweet talked. And I wouldn't say caving, they just do reality. They realize, okay, we can't really do it anymore. Let's work with them, you know, and that's okay. Whatever, look, lawfully, ethically, morally, bring them to the table. And that's what you did. You did it through tariffs. We're at an economic war. It's time we realize that. And I think we do. All right, guys, thank you so much. What a fun 2 hours, man.
Yeah.
What a fun